Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are in my office, which is also my little grow room here, which was sort of a little grow space that I set up this fall. So we've been growing about 3 months in here, and I just wanted a space for my Phalaenopsis and stuff like that to grow for the winter time, and for that matter for the summertime, just so they had it home sort of all together. It's just a quick cheap metal rack with a couple standard shop lights over it. Most of the stuff that grows here is pretty low light. There's a few higher light things that just aren't quite doing as well for the winter, but they'll go back outside anyways. Some stuff's in here just for fun, but I thought it was time for an update. My sundews are in here. Lots is in spike. Not much in bloom yet, but the next update is going to be great. Lots of stuff is starting to happen. So why don't we move in a little closer and start with this shelf in front of us. Okay, so all of these are Phalaenopsis in front of us here, and I just set them in this one big tray. And so when I water, a little bit of water stays in the tray. And you know, the big thing I've noticed here, lots of new growth, lots of new leaves. So the cold damage that previous years in the greenhouse, you know, I subjected them to, that's kind of growing out now, so that's great. And the other thing is they're growing all new roots, but everything's coming out in bloom. So here is a little, what is that? That's this guy here, Schilleriana, and this is the main plant. I love this guy for the leaves, beautiful. And we have a big spike on it, so that's cool. Hopefully this lighting is not going to be too annoying. But let's try the main room light too and see if that does anything else. There, turned on the main light above us. I don't know if that's going to help or not. But yeah, so we got a spike on that. This plant here, he's been in a couple videos, also in spike. This actually, the mother plant stopped growing and it grew two keikis out to the edges, which got subjected to cold damage, and they're doing okay now too, so that's nice. The leaves are nice and dark red on them, but it's got a spike coming out. So, and yeah, these are both keikis that I've just left in the pot where the mother plant no longer is. Lots of new roots growing on them, so that's nice. This guy was just a little $1. Whoa, there's a big leaf in the way. This guy was a little $1 phal at Home Depot. Had a bit of cold damage, just like a mini phal. All the roots from the greenhouse basically did this, and tons of new roots have come out. Let's see. A white phal is coming out in bloom right under the light. I don't recommend the buds touching the light, but that one's done okay there, and I haven't bothered to move it. So let's move you over a little bit. These are my sundews that I had outside. These came out of the temperate greenhouse. I brought them in just before it got really cold, and they've done okay in here considering it's a lack of light. But the main greenhouse, I wouldn't have given them any light either. They would have just been on the shelf there. So they've done okay. I just shoved them sort of all in here. It's interesting, right in there, you can see this is like stuff here. Look at the moss. It's growing like these aerial roots on it because it's so humid in there. So it's basically a bunch of Drosera capensis, albino capensis. What else? Alice sundews are in there. There's some bonita way at the back. They will be happy to get back outside into some sunshine, but until then they're doing okay here. A little pot of Drosera Adelaide there. Don't know what's happening to that pot. It's like become frail. But yeah, another phal here, doing quite well. You can see some cold damage on the old leaves, but the new roots that are coming out of this guy, all of these gray silver roots are from this year, these last like few months in the house here. I put a Maxillaria in here. I put a Cattleya in here just for fun. Here is another. That is an old spike. I have a pair of sterilized scissors here I brought in for this purpose, and I was going to get rid of this spike on here. It's no longer any good, and it is of course growing tons of new roots. There's a new aerial root from it, lots of new roots underneath, and it has a spike up here, so that's nice as well. Spike's like going straight for the light, but it's right there. This one behind it, Another phal. Look at these roots on this thing. I wonder if I can get a shot in here. The new roots that had to grow just because it was such a different environment than the greenhouse. Look at these roots that are in there. It's just amazing. Just like tons of new roots came down. You can see a spike coming up above that as well. So this shelf all in all has done pretty good considering it's been minimally lit. These guys I would have liked to, looking at it now, probably raised up so that this was basically touching. So raise it up another 4 inches just to make it that much brighter in there. But why don't we move you up to the next shelf now? Okay, the next shelf here. So it's a bit more phals. Starting with this guy here, you can see a spike coming up here, so that is nice. Lots and lots of new roots again. Roots is the major thing here. I was a little worried there in the first couple months because I was starting to lose all the greenhouse roots because it's such a vastly different environment in here, right? It's warmer and it is drier, but I don't see a spike on this one yet, and that's the abnormality. This is an old phal, but no spikes on it yet. You can see another phal back there. You can see a lot of roots that kind of got crispy, but a lot of new roots that are growing as well. A couple back there didn't do so well. I can see a new leaf coming up on that one, but it dropped a few leaves instead of flourishing, so that kind of sucks a bit. This is an older leaf that's going to be probably gone soon. It's way down there. If you look at this plant, it's way down like with this leaf here. So these are old ones that have been cold damage. I probably did videos on these back in the day, you know, five leaves ago, but the new leaves are coming out very nice. So that's nice. Move you over again. And in here is just a little grow area for the warmer growing phals. It's a little bit more humid. You can see a thermometer here. Currently just over 70 degrees in here because it's room temperature. It's funny, you can see Christmas lights outside still. Time to take those down. But yeah, we have a hybrid here, a warm growing hybrid. Falcata, which isn't actually a warm growing one, but is doing well with the extra humidity. It's not that warm in there anyways, it's just some extra humidity. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but the Falcata has a bloom spike there, and then behind it is another bloom spike with a keiki on it. So it's like right there in the center of your screen. A root's going down, and the leaf is starting to come up. So we'll leave that on there as long as possible. That one is the cornucurva. I think that's how you say it. Lots of new roots on that guy since it's been in here. And it's loving the more stable room temperature, not so much nightly drops. There's a dragon tree eagle. Did suffer a bit of cold damage when it was in the greenhouse. It's coming back nicely. Both of these last two have bloomed since they've been in the house here, but unfortunately I missed doing a video on them. So up there is another one of those $1 plants that I got from Home Depot. That one's sort of hanging upside down. Doing quite well hanging upside down. And behind that is a big Hoya, Carnosa. Just moved it in here because it was just growing so fast for the greenhouse. And so it took a little bit of adjustment, but it's doing good back there as well. I can see 2 spikes on the phal. But yeah, so that is the grow room and how it's been doing this fall. Other than that, I do have a humidifier hooked up right here to the humidistat there in the plug-in. So this will turn on and off to keep the humidity up. I don't have it super high in here. I just keep it up a little bit. I was keeping it quite high, but I was noticing some of my office paperwork was actually like the corners of the papers were starting to like get wavy from humidity. So I had to lower the humidity a bit. But yeah, there's the grow shelf for the winter time. I'm going to do another update on this come spring when I have all the stuff that's in spike right now because there's just so much of it. When I have all these spikes out in bloom, we'll do another Phalaenopsis update for you. But anyways, I hope you like this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.